Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for coming back to another video. If this is your first video, thank you guys so much for clicking on this, your very first video on this channel. Let me just start by saying, if you're new here, means you haven't subscribed already, please go and hit that subscribe button right down below. Really helps me out. And you know what, if you're a returning viewer and you haven't subscribed already, please go and subscribe, bring up our subscribe count. You know what guys, it really helps me out. Apologies guys, I know that my videos has been a bit random of late, but you know what, sometimes that's how it is. But don't worry yourself, everything will get back on schedule, everything will get back on track, and everybody will be okay again. All right, I just want to say I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. If you're watching this on this tonight, I hope you're having a good night. I hope you had a great day. I hope you're having a good evening wherever in the world you are watching this video. Thank you so much for tuning into another video. So guys, what I'll be doing today guys, of course I'm doing another sit down video with you guys in a different environment. By the way, I've set up my official YouTube studio. I'll give you guys a tour one of these videos. Hopefully you're hearing me okay, hopefully my lighting is good. Please comment down below and let me know if my lighting has improved, and also on my sounding. What I'll be talking to you guys today about guys is Canadian currency. So of course, you know what you get on this channel is authentic Canadian content. My name is Damar. I'm a Jamaican now living in Canada. Came as an international student, and I've since graduated. And yeah, previous videos share the journey with you guys. If you're interested, go and watch 2 videos and you'll see what my journey in Canada has been like. Now, one of the biggest things that many people would like to know or don't know about is Canadian currency. And of course you guys might have seen what Canadian money looks like before, but in this video I'm gonna give you guys like a breakdown. I'll show you guys what the currency is like, what it looks like, and also the value in terms of what you can get for that currency. If you like this kind of content, please consider hitting that subscribe button, hit that like button, and please guys leave a comment. Okay, so the first Canadian currency is a 1 cent, which unfortunately I wasn't able to locate a 1 cent, but I'll put a picture right here on the screen so you guys can see what a 1 cent looks like. Now this coin is no longer in circulation, but if you have it, you can trade it in at the banks. Another name for the 1 cent is called a penny. So a penny is no longer in circulation. In other words, you can't spend a penny, but you can trade it in. If you have some, you can take it to the bank, kind of a thing. Apart from the penny guys, it's the 5 cent. Luckily I have a 5 cent right here. This is what the 5 cent looks like. It's pretty similar to the 25 cent, which you'll see in a bit. Now another name for the 5 cent is called a nickel. So when you hear someone say, hey, can I have a nickel, or what does it cost? It costs a nickel. They're actually referring to a 5 cent coin. Now this is what it looks like. I have no idea who that is on the coin, but that's what that is. Moving right along guys, you have the 10 cent coin. Now this one is very small, by the way. This one is called a dime, right? So this is 10 cents and it's really small. If you're from Jamaica, it's almost similar to the $1 coin. So 10 cent coin and $1 coin is pretty similar in terms of size. So this is what it looks like, right? And this is a 10 cent, otherwise called a dime, right? So if you hear someone say, hey, may I have a dime, or do you have a dime? They're actually referring to a 10 cent coin. Okay, moving right along guys. Now remember I told you that the 5 cent or the nickel look very similar to the 25 cents, or what is called a quarter. So this is the 25 cents, right? Affectionately known as a quarter. So if someone says, may I have a quarter, do you have a quarter, they're actually referring to a 25 cents. Now let me just hold back the 5 cent and show you what I'm talking about. So they're both pretty similar. The only real difference, apart from the persons who are on it, which technically they look like the same person, which is the Queen of England, is the size, right? So the size is the main difference. So even me right now, I get the 5 cents and the 25 cents kind of not mixed up, but I have to take a second look sometimes just to make sure that it's a nickel or if it's a quarter. So this is what a 25 cents looks like. Now, can you get anything for 25 cents? No, you can't get anything for 25 cents per se, unless you're gonna get like a sweet or something like that. But yeah, this is not really worth anything much. You can't get like a cup of coffee or anything for 25 cents. Okay guys, apart from the 25 cents now, or moving up from the 25 cents, you're talking about a $1 coin. Now the $1 coin is also called a Looney. Now I searched everywhere and I could not find a Looney, so I'm gonna put a picture of the Looney right here so you guys can probably take a look and see what it looks like. Now this is a Looney, otherwise a $1 coin. Now for $1 you might be able to get a cup of coffee, you might be able to get a sweet, you might be able to get, well, there's a lot of stuff that costs like $1.25 or $1.50. You can get a drink or possibly a snack for $1.50. So kind of give you an idea of what a dollar is worth. Right now you start moving up just to get an idea of what the currency is like and what you can get. Now guys, moving on up again. This is what a Canadian $2 look like. So the $2 Canadian is also a coin and it's also called a toonie. So if you have a $2 bill, $2 coin, sorry, and someone says, hey, do you have a toonie? This is what they're talking about. So the $1 coin is called a Looney and the $2 coin is called a toonie. Now for a toonie, guys, you can get a number of stuff because there's so many stuff that costs $1.50, $1.75, etc, etc, etc. You can get a good cup of coffee for this right here. And there are some places that you can probably get a meal for $2.50. And by a meal, I mean like a small burger or whatever from like a Tim Hortons or probably a McDonald's. Depending on where you are, of course. I'm located in Grand Prairie, so some places are more expensive than some. Bear that in mind. So this is a toonie and this is the last of the coins. Okay, moving on up, guys, you have the $5 bill. Now $5 bill is, what would I describe this now? If you have a $5 bill, you can get a meal with this. And by a meal, I mean you can get something to eat and something to drink, depending on what, of course. You can't get anything really premium with this, but you can probably go to a few little fast food places and you can get a meal with $5. What I would also like to point out is here in Alberta, this is the cost for transportation. So for public transportation in Grand Prairie, it's actually $3, and if you're a student, it's $2. And you have to make sure that you have your change, which means that you have to have your coins, right? Because the transit drivers are not able to give you back change, so that's very important to note. That was something that caught me off guard when I just moved to Canada, guys, because you know what? I didn't understand the transportation system, so I was walking with bills and then ending up in situations where I had to go and get the bills changed to coins in order for reach back at my yard. Anyways, this is a $5 bill. It's the blue one, so if you see it bluish, whatever aqua kind of whatever color this is a $5 bill, and it's not really worth much, but you can get a low budget meal for $5. Okay guys, now you're starting to get a little bit rich. You understand? Now you have a $10 bill. Now guys, a $10 bill can buy a range of different stuff. You can get clothes for this. You can probably get a t-shirt, or if you go to some stores, you can possibly get a bottom with this. So a $10 bill can give you possibly 2 meals. Like for example, you can get a breakfast from most places with this and get back change. So a $10 bill, in Jamaican equivalent, a $10 bill would be roughly $1,200. And of course, guys, what is very important to note is that a dollar is just a dollar. Because when I just came, I was converting everything in my head, so everything seemed a little bit more expensive than it should be in my head, because of course I'm comparing it back to Jamaican prices, but of course that was like recipe for disaster. So a $10 bill is just a $10 bill, right? As I said, you can get a number of stuff for $10. If you're on the road and you want something to eat, you can get something to eat for $10. If you're looking for any little knick-knack stationery, this can definitely get you it. Okay guys, this is what the $10 bill looks like. Hopefully you guys are seeing it okay. Moving on up, guys, you have the $20 bill. What is important to note, guys, is that Canada is a part of the Commonwealth in terms of The Queen was the head of state of Canada as well. So so it's very important to note that. So the Queen is on most of the currency in Canada, and by the Queen I mean the Queen of England, because Canada is definitely not a colony, but is a part of the Commonwealth. In terms of the Queen is predominantly the head of state. All right. So this is a $20 bill. This is what it looks like. It's the greenish color one, right? So when you see the green one, I think many of you guys watching this video would have seen some of these notes before. This is a $20 bill. You can spend this a lot. You can get quite a few stuff for this. You can probably go to Walmart and pick up a few stuff for this. Not full of cart or anything, but probably half a basket, depending on of course what it is that you are thinking of buying. But yeah, a $20 bill is a bill that you want to protect. You want to keep it, because if you lose a $20 bill, you're gonna notice it. You're gonna notice that your $20 bill is no longer in your possession, and you're gonna miss it. So definitely keep this bill safe. All right. Now, going up from the $20 bill, you have the $50 bill. So this bill is, I'd say, reddish color. So the reddish color bill is a $50 bill. Guys, for an individual, especially a student, this can probably give you grocery for the week, right? This $50 bill can probably give you grocery for the week. Of course, depending on what you're gonna buy, and I'm talking about a single individual. I'm not talking about a household of 2, 3, 4, or 5 person. So if you're buying the basic commodity, depending on where you are, $50 can give you grocery for the week. It can also give you lunch. It can also take you around, and it can also buy you a lot of stuff depending on the store that you go to. If you go to if you're somebody who was like me, when you just come, you don't mind shopping at the thrift store, this can do miracles for you guys. I'm not even joking. Like this bill right here, if you're an international student, if you're new to Canada, if you are a temporary worker, whatever it is, and you are on a budget and you have one of these bills, you can go to a thrift store. You can go to not even a thrift store. You can go to Old Navy. You can go to a lot of other places, and you can get clothes for this amount, $50. All right. So it's the reddish color one, marked $50. Obviously, you want to definitely protect this bill because it's worth a lot. You don't want to lose this. Just like the $20 bill, if you lose this note, you're gonna notice it missing. So you want to definitely keep this bill safe. All right, guys. And now we have the big man, the big charge, the general $100 bill. Now this is the largest bill that Canada has right now, because previously there was a $1,000 bill. Many people don't know that, but that came out of circulation a few years ago. And now you got this being the Jenna, the top shelf, the premium, the largest bill you can get in Canada, which is a $100 bill. And this is what it looks like, guys. It's the brown one. So if it is that you're on the road and you have a lot of cash and you're buying something that costs $50, I take out money and look brown, put it back, because it's not a $50 bill, it's a $100 bill. You want to make sure that you're paying close attention to this, guys, because this is premium. I'm not just saying that. $100 can get you a lot of stuff. $100 can get your clothes, it can get your grocery, it can pay your bill, it can do so many things with this $100 bill right here. So this is what it looks like, and you want to definitely treasure this because this is actually worth a lot. As I said, you can probably half a cart for $100. Like, I've done so many shopping videos before, guys. I think the last shopping video I did, I spent $170 if I'm not mistaken, which is this, and this, and I was able to full a cart. Definitely, I was able to full a cart, and of course, it was a family of 4. So take that into perspective, and you see how much this actually worth. Now, what is very important to note, guys, is that Canada is predominantly a cashless society. And what I mean by predominantly a cashless society, it means that cash is hardly used and in the day-to-day operation of business and exchange of goods and services. Most transactions are done via debit or credit, right? So you don't have a lot of persons who travel with cash. And the average Canadian, if you ask them if they have cash, they will not have any cash, because it's predominantly a cashless society. So that is very, very important to note. When you just come to Canada, one of the main things that you want to do, guys, is open a bank account, because when you go to stores and you are like making purchases, there are many stores that that will tell you that, hey, they don't take cash. And especially because of the pandemic previously, some even restaurants were abstaining from taking cash. So that might be an inconvenience depending on where you are at. So you want to definitely take that into consideration when you are deciding to, travel a large sum of cash. To open a bank account, I've done videos on it, guys. I've done video where I spoke about open a bank account. But just to give you a quick rundown, all you need is your landing documents and an ID. And by landing document, I mean if you're an international student, your study permit. If you're a temporary worker, your work permit. Or if you're a permanent resident, your PR card and an ID, which can be an international passport. That's all you need to open an account, right? So you open an account, you deposit the cash, and you use your card, because that is how the society operates predominantly. Not many people use cash, as I said. Some persons haven't even seen cash in a while, right? So you want to definitely keep that into consideration. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys learned something. As I said, I shared my experience when I just came to Canada. I really didn't understand the money. It was a bit confusing at first. I'd never traveled before, guys. This was my first time traveling to an international country outside of Jamaica. So I really didn't expect, I didn't really know what to expect. So it took me a while to understand the value of each of the notes, of each of the bills. It was almost like sink or swim kind of thing. Because when you just come, you're trying to do the conversion in your head. You're trying to say, okay, then why is a Subway sandwich costing me $15, for example, which when I do the equivalent, that's almost 2,000 Jamaican dollars. And then you'll be like, oh no, this is too expensive. But really and truly, guys, it's not, because a dollar is just a dollar. So the sooner you understand that concept, the sooner you understand how the money works, is the sooner you can start making moves in terms of investment, saving, and having good spending habits and stuff like that. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video to the end. If you have gotten any substance, please go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already, and see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much.